Hey, Shug. Welcome back to the Healing Circle. So we're here to do the then, now, next messages for Aries. Okay, Aries. If this reading does not resonate, do not try to make it. All right, but I don't know how to respond to that. Oh God. But do check out your other placements. Okay, your Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus sign. Um, if you don't like, I'm gonna put my phone on Do Not Disturb. Okay. If you don't like how the next message looks, remember we all have free will. We can always change that. Okay, so we're gonna look at the energy from then, what's going on with you now, and what's next, and get you some advice as well. Okay, so for January, Aries, let's see what's going on with you. We're gonna do 3 shuffles. 1, 2. I already did a pre-shuffle, and 3. Okay, all right. For Aries spirit, got the Queen of Cups energy on the bottom. Okay, so that can be you either looking at doing what's best for you or someone looking to express how they feel about you. Okay, so let's see. The overall energy is the Shrimp card, Leo energy. Okay, with the Tower right behind that. Okay, so this is like resisting a tower. Okay, so this is about resisting a tower. Maybe keeping something from crumbling. Okay, yeah. The Eight of Swords is right behind that. Maybe someone doesn't know how to do that. Okay, so let's see what happened in the past. The Devil. Capricorn energy. Could have been dealing with a Capricorn, but it's the energy of things not being the best. Okay. Unhealthy patterns, unhealthy behavior, reoccurrence, repetitive energy. What's going on now? The Five of Swords. There can be arguments. There can be fights. Okay, but this is an energy of defeat. Okay. But also, like, it can be an energy of like manipulation. It can be an energy of playing games, and it can also be an energy of like win at all costs. So it's like, regardless, I'm going to defend how I feel or argue my point. What's next? The Seven of Pentacles. So this can be like an evaluation of things. Okay, and it's all because of someone trying to resist a tower. Okay, this is like either you're trying to keep things from crumbling or someone else. But let's clarify these messages and see why. Okay? See why these messages are here for you, Aries. For Aries spirit, please clarify these messages. So the Death energy with the Ace of Pentacles does show, like, maybe you considering ending something for something new. Okay? Something solid, something real, something you can rely on. So let's see. Why is the Devil energy for then? For Aries spirit. Why is the Devil energy here for then for Aries? Okay. The Three of Cups, the World, the Ace of Cups, and the Eight of Swords. All right. So there could have been either a third party or maybe like a friend or like, like people that you had to maybe like close out a cycle with, like to let go, end things with, to have something new, Ace of Cups. But with this Devil energy, I feel like because maybe this is like a repeated pattern or because of maybe this attachment you have to these people, you might feel somewhat stuck, or you might have, this past energy, felt somewhat stuck about that, okay? Because with the Magician energy and the Seven of Cups, it seems to have maybe created some confusion either in you or in general, right? Where it's like, did I make the right decision? Okay, if you close out a cycle with certain people to start something new, okay? Yeah, it's almost, I'm getting the energy of like, like not being able to like let go, okay? Either of a situation or not being able to let go of a person. So in the current, you have the Five of Swords. Why is the Five of Swords here for Aries in the current in January? Okay, the Queen of Cups, the Two of Pentacles, and the Nine of Pentacles. Okay, so definitely remember when I saw the Queen of Cups energy on the bottom of the deck before we pulled the cards is because I feel like you are in the energy of, do I do what's best for me, or like for the greater good, or for everyone else? Okay, because the way that you feel about a situation, or the way that you feel about these people, is making you question or go back and forth with removing yourself from them. Okay, the Page of Swords and the Six of Cups is maybe a need to talk about the past. Okay, I feel like you're ready to do so, because currently you're not sure about maybe like letting go of the past. Remember, this is all about resisting the Tower. Okay, and it's because of how you feel. You're not sure. You're kind of you're on the fence as to whether you want to let go. So it's a need maybe to like discuss what happened in the past, or discuss past energy, that memories, or things from the past. Because with the Hangman energy on the bottom of the deck, you're in limbo. You're kind of stuck. You're not sure. Okay. So what's next is the Seven of Pentacles. Why is the Seven of Pentacles energy here as what's next for Aries? Okay, I'm getting an energy of evaluation. Okay, maybe even this, it's also an energy of sowing seeds and see what manifests from it, right? So let's see. It can be like maybe initiating something with these people and seeing like, okay, what comes from that? Okay, the Five of Cups and the Lovers. Okay, so the energy of what's next is definitely an energy of evaluation. You're looking at the disappointment in a connection. Okay, because with the Devil energy and the Ten of Wands, the way you've been doing things, or the way things have been done, because that's the past energy, is not healthy. Okay, it's too much. Okay, and someone's ready to do something about it. Okay, so at the energy of what's next is actually looking at or evaluating what's been disappointing in a connection. Clarify the Seven of Pentacles. For Aries, is what's next. Yeah. The Five of Pentacles and the Three of Swords. Okay. So this energy of abandonment, being left out in the cold, this energy of grief, sorrow, being heartbroken, not being considered, it's all, it created a lot of confusion. Okay. Secrets, lies, right? And this is something that's being like looked at. Okay, so I think the energy of what's next for you, Aries, is like really looking at what's been disappointing in a connection, and how to maybe let go of this grief and this sadness that might have like created this devil energy, because it's all about trying to resist the Tower. Well, that's the Strength card, the overall energy for Aries. You don't want the Tower to happen. Okay. Yeah. The Page of Cups, the Four of Swords, and the Eight of Cups. Okay. Either you are apologizing for, like the space that might have taken place between you and someone, or, for like, planning to like walk away or let go. With the Four of Cups energy and the Knight of Cups, maybe you weren't happy with a situation, or even unhappy with how someone was loving on you, or the love they were showing you. The Two of Swords, the Ten of Swords, is you like maybe not expressing it. Okay. And therefore just kind of maybe planning to like let go, or planning to end things. But I do feel like you're trying to avoid things from ending. So with the King of Swords energy, it's like it's time to like maybe have a conversation. Okay, because with the Ten of Cups on the bottom and Judgment, okay, this is something that you see as long term, right? It's part of your happily ever after. The love is definitely there, and you want to revisit things. It's like, I don't want things to end. However, I don't like how things have been, right? I don't like the disappointment in the connection. How can we let go of this grief? Yeah. Mm-hmm. So it's definitely giving the energy of apologizing, renewal, letting the past go, letting go of disappointment, sadness, to avoid an ending. So let's get you some advice. Advice for Aries. Please give clear advice for Aries when it comes to this scenario in January. Advice for Aries. Okay, so we have Dark Night of the Soul on the bottom. Okay. There could be an energy of like going through the Dark Night of the Soul here, or someone else, but it's definitely giving an energy of like evaluation of how things might need to change. Betrayal Seer. It says forgiveness is not about condemning, it's about releasing yourself from the burden of pain. Okay. So, and it's because the wounded heart. Acknowledge and tend to past emotional wounds. Healing begins with self-compassion. All right. So it's definitely giving an energy of healing, okay, and forgiveness. All right. It's not about condemning one another, but about releasing yourself from the burden of the pain. You forgiving is to release yourself from what has happened, that pain of what has happened. So as you go forward, it's about forgiveness, okay, and healing these wounds of the past. Okay. So that's what I have for you, Shug. I hope this helped. I look forward to seeing y'all soon. Please hit the like button. It's right there. Comment. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. Share. Send it to your friends. Post it to social media. And subscribe so you know when I post. Make sure you guys are ready. Bye.